You may have grown up or live in a home where leaving just one light on is enough to get you into trouble. But it got us thinking, do all those tiny little habits really add up?
From turning appliances off at the wall to washing in cold water, how much can you really save by making some simple changes around the house? And are they really worth it?
For more, Sally Tyndall, CanStar's Data Insights Director, joins us live. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Let's start in the kitchen.
Yep.
How much does it actually cost to run the fridge or even boil the kettle?
I had so much fun testing out the kettle.
Did you?
It was like high school science days. Okay, so if you've got a typical house in Sydney, you're boiling a Breville kettle, you've got a litre in it, it's going to cost you 4 cents. 4 cents to boil that litre of water. But if you're doing that 5 times a day, it's going to add up to $73. So it's not nothing, right? Because the kettle uses quite a lot of energy.
Right.
Ovens, if you've got that big 90-centimetre oven, oh my gosh, you can go with $1 per hour or more. But an air fryer, a lot more economical. You're looking at, say, for 15 minutes, it's 11 cents, which, if you're using it once a day, is going to add up to $40. Dishwasher, okay, so washing up your dishes takes a lot more energy of your own, so use the dishwasher, but it's going to cost you 26 cents a go, $95 if you're using it once a day for the whole year. And then the fridge isn't essential, obviously. You can't exactly turn your fridge off. It's going to cost about $113 for the space of a year, right? But there's ways that you can cut down these costs. So for starters, if you've got a second fridge,
a beer fridge,
yeah, look, I once suggested this to a room full of Queenslanders and it did not go down well.
Oh, really?
No, not at all. But you could consider ditching the second fridge.
Yes.
You could save well north of $100 just by getting rid of a year, that
Many
is.
people would say that's $100 well spent on
exactly.
the beer fridge.
Did you try and
to
convince
priorities.
them to drink warm beer?
Yeah.
Was that the problem?
Tried to convince them to put it into their inside fridge rather than the old fridge on their back porch that's getting really
Food
hot.
has to go then.
Yeah.
Check your fridge seal. Put an A4 piece of paper into your fridge seal. If it falls out, it's time to clean your seal or get a new seal.
What's boil what you
Boil
need?
what you need. Okay, so when you're filling up the kettle, don't do a whole litre if you're only doing a cup of tea.
Little
Boil
bit.
it to the minimum. It'll cut your costs into about half.
Okay.
But the kettle is your best friend. So instead of filling up you're cooking potatoes, instead of filling up the pot in the tab and then boiling it on the stove, you're going to boil the kettle.
Pre-boil
Put the boiling water
Oh.
into the pot.
Okay, what about the laundry?
Okay, laundry is the engine room of my house, that's for sure. When it goes belly up, my whole house just seizes up. But it's also quite costly.
It's the bank, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. Okay, 7 loads of washing a week on a top loader, warm wash. That's going to cost you $71 over the year. Not too bad.
So less with a front loader.
Sorry, I meant front loader actually.
Front loader.
It's more for a top loader, but this is warm water. So you could think about switching to cold water, right? Dryer, 2 loads a week is going to cost $172 with a vented dryer. $172. That's a lot over a year if you're only using it 2 loads a week. But if you're about to replace your dryer, think about a heat pump because they are so much more efficient. They cost more, but look at that. More than half the price at $73 a year.
What about the living room? Those pesky lights.
Yeah, absolutely. The lights really, your father, why is it always the father? The father runs around and says, turn the lights on.
It was my grandma.
They're the grumpiest.
She was good at it.
It's not going to cost a huge amount, but in the living room, if you're thinking about things like entertainment, gaming, PS5, for example.
Yeah, get rid of them.
No, not at all. 7 cents a go. 7 cents for an hour. That's nothing.
Hang on a sec.
Watching TV?
Because people only spend 1 hour on their gaming.
Yeah, okay, good point. We did do the maths of just 1 hour a day, so that was a bit foolish.
Yeah. You don't have boys, do you?
No, I don't. And my gaming is Wordle from crying out loud.
20 hours.
Yeah. TV, 3 hours. How much is that going to cost you? I've got to get there. 15 cents in a smart TV. Just 15 cents for 3 whole hours of television. You can watch most of Sunrise. It's nothing.
Yeah, love it.
It's Sunrise.
Yeah, it's true.
That's got to be worth
Sunrise.
it. Thank you. They are great figures to think about.